Hello everyone, this is a video explaining how I got my Rolex Submariner, my Holy Grail watch. There's an interesting story behind my acquisition. My journey begins when I was a teenager. I had a strong desire to get this particular watch. I remember visiting the watch store and literally gazing in awe at the watch through the window. There's something to be said about the desire so many of us have with the Rolex Submariner over countless other watches in the market. It is undoubtedly the most recognized watch and notably the most replicated in the world. Even though it's been available for us to purchase for over 50 years since they launched this watch, people still very much want to get one for themselves. Anyways, back to my story. The hunt for this watch continued well into my 20s. I've seen it on several wrists of people who appeared to be successful, which made me desire it even more. It gave me the impression that they've made it in life. So I distinctly remember going into a store to price out a Rolex Submariner with date. For me, it had to have this feature. I remember feeling the weight of the watch in my hands for the first time and looking firsthand at its fine craftsmanship and thinking to myself, I need to get one of these. But then the realization hit when I asked how much it was. I remembered the salesperson telling me the cost was north of $7,000. My jaw dropped and I left the store thinking that attaining this was not going to happen. Well, years passed and my pursuit started to diminish over time. Don't get me wrong, I never lost my love for this fine timepiece. I would always glance through the shop window and admire the Rolex display, with my eyes always gravitating towards the Submariner. But after finding out how much it costs, it wasn't going to happen anytime soon. In my early 30s, married and with a child, I remember strolling through the mall with my family and my parents during the holidays. I did my usual window gazing through the Rolex boutique, peering at my Holy Grail watch. At this time, my dear mom asked me what I was looking at, and I proceeded to tell her about the watch. I told her that I admired this watch for a very long time. Mom insisted in going into the store to look at the watch. I declined, of course, knowing it was a pipe dream, but my mom is a very persistent lady. Well, my wife shook her head and we proceeded to go in and take a look at the watch. Not to my surprise, the price of the watch increased close to $8,000 at this point. That's the thing with Rolexes. They continue to climb up in value. I have to admit that their branding and marketing strategies are one of the best in the world. Although the experience was amazing being able to handle that watch once again, it was bittersweet with the understanding that I couldn't take it home. When we returned home, I remember receiving a call from my mother the next day. She mentioned over the phone that she wanted me to come over to talk. As I got to my parents' house, they told me that we had to go to the mall. When I asked them why, they told me that they bought me a watch and we needed to get its size. Thinking nothing of it, we proceeded to go to the store. You have to understand at this point that my parents are not made of money. They are middle-class people who have achieved success through hard work and determination. My mom in particular is a very driven individual and is a master negotiator when it comes to retail sector. She is a firm believer in attaining a good education and working with a purpose. Those core values that my parents practiced have been instilled in me. With only a high school education, they have managed to attain success following this principle. That being said, to my surprise, my dear parents bought me the Rolex Submariner with date. This came as a total shock to yours truly. Let me explain. My parents provided well for me and my brother, but when it came to luxury items, forget it. Any items that had to do with education, they had no problem shelling out money to provide for our needs. Fast forward to the present. Well, the current Rolex Submariner design hasn't changed much since its launch in 1953. Now it has been updated with improved water resistance, new movements, and numerous small cosmetic changes, notably the ceramic bezel, which makes it more resistant to scratches. I really like that feature. However, I love my watch that I got in 2004. Friends ask me why I don't wear it every day. I only wear my sub on special occasions like weddings, graduations, birthdays, etc. In a way, the watch collects meaningful memories for me, and it celebrates milestones in my life that I have had the absolute pleasure of experiencing. So I want to keep it in pristine condition. Every time I look at the watch, it provides me with the fond memories I have when I wore it. It will continue to provide fond memories for my future. Besides, I have my daily beater watches that I love to wear. If you are a collector like myself, your journey will never end. But at this point in my life, I have only one more watch on the radar, which is the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional 42mm. That watch would complete my collection. I love my diver watches, but there's something to be said about the heritage of the Moonwatch. At this point in the video, I apologize to those viewers who were expecting a step-by-step method of attaining this special watch, but the formula is not that difficult. Set a goal, work hard, and attain your goal. It may take a bit of time, but eventually the opportunity will be there to retrieve your goal. Patience is key. I was patient with my acquisition of my Rolex Datejust 2 that I got last year, and I will be patient with my next watch, being the Omega Moonwatch. For those people who say, "What a lucky guy," my response to them would be, luck has nothing to do with it. Hard work and determination will result in attaining your goal. Without getting too philosophical, I believe you can apply these principles to all aspects of your life. Life is about balance. Surround yourself with amazing people or things that make you happy. Maintain mental and spiritual balance. To conclude, I will never sell this watch. Even if someone offered me double its value, it has significant meaning for me. It's a reminder of my parents and their love for me. When I asked them why they got it for me, their response was, "Because you're a good son." That is why I would never get rid of this watch. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.